Y'all, queens get crowns. So all hail her toothsome majesty. Got my permanent crown. I don't even know how many I got stuffed up in there now. I got more like crowns hoarded in there than a dragon's hoard. But I got it today from my dentist. So no solid foods for an hour, but I'm allowed to run my mouth and drink iced coffee, so I am. It feels weird, only because there's been a temporary thing in there. I don't think it's wrong, it just feels weird. We'll see. All right. In other news, the cats, their teeth. We're looking at about between the two of them, about $4,000 of dentalness. Now, of course, I have a wellness plan that covers some of this stuff. I've told you this, covers some of the stuff for their annual physicals, but nothing to do with teeth. And now, even if I were to get an insurance, now what they've got going to their teeth is now called pre-existing. So, no, you're not getting any help. No. So, yay, I'm gonna have to sell a kidney to pay for my crown and their dentistry, which is not urgent, but I'm also not gonna, postpone indefinitely. They need to get things worked on, so they're gonna. Don't know how that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. Maybe when I get a raise. Speaking of, here's the story. My union, I am part of the IATSE, which is the International Association of Theatrical Stage Employees. I always get that wrong. International Alliance of Theatrical Stage, IATSE. Within the IATSE, all of us backstage folk and all, I am part of TWU, Theatrical Wardrobe Union, New York Local 764. TWU Local 764 within the IATSE, or the IA as everybody calls it. So our contract for Broadway is being negotiated right now. Now, the disparity in pay between what wardrobe makes and what stagehand makes is sickening and has always been sickening. Please understand from the jump, I am in no way saying that stagehands should not make what they make. Good for them. Better negotiators, whatever. My short version feeling is that wardrobe has more or less always been the wives and the girlfriends of the stagehands. Give her a buck, she'll sew a button. And it's kind of always been that way. So the disparity, I can tell you, a standard stagehand working on a show is making more per hour than the production wardrobe supervisor is making. It's a lot. And over the years, every negotiation, now's not the time, here's a couple more pennies, we're never gonna catch up, get close to. But now we're playing hardball. And I do believe, from what I'm hearing from negotiators, we have a brilliant negotiating team, and I know they've been to the table with the league, who's the Broadway producing league, and they see that we're serious, and I think that they also know that we are very, very willing to strike if necessary. And after all the pandemic and all the shutdowns, and I mean, kids, shows are still shutting down. Beetlejuice canceled one last week. The Michael Jackson musical MJ canceled 2 last week because of illness in the company. Now, I believe that is between COVID and injuries. I mean, but shows are still shutting down. And every single day I get emails from all the shows that I work on. Somebody else has it. Somebody else is out. Somebody else has COVID. Somebody else has COVID. Somebody else has COVID. This is not over on Broadway. So I do believe that the league knows if we go, hi Al, if we go on strike, you're really fucked. We'll shut down Broadway. You cannot do it without us. Now, what's interesting is within our negotiating this go round, the angle is not for parity, as in comparing us with what the stagehands are making and getting. It is for equity. The difference being we are coming from the angle of what we do is skilled labor. It is easy for people to say, everyone knows how to put their clothes on. Not what I do. The hours we spend, the earlier than most departments, and also at this point we can easily make this argument of like, all day, I was in Hamilton yesterday, 3 times during the afternoon while I was there. He's out with the Cocos, this one's going on instead. Scratch that, somebody else now has the he's going on in that route. Scratch that, she's also out. We are switching it up and switching it up and switching it up, sometimes during the afternoon, sometimes at half hour to curtain, sometimes at curtain, sometimes mid-show. And that's not just because of COVID. Someone just got injured, we throw the next person in. What we do is specific and skilled at top speed, and the show never stops because of wardrobe. So I think now is the time that we are making our point of, no, this is what we do. It is a skill set, it is skilled labor, and a lot of us have put our lives into this work. So don't just think of it as like, she'll sew a button, give her a buck. We're not playing like that anymore. And it's good to know that the league came to the table willing to hear and listen and play. That's very encouraging. Where this will land, we don't know. But we are all hoping that it's definitely going to land at a place where we're going to be making closer to what stagehands are making. I don't think it's going to happen this go around of just like, sure, bump it up, because we're talking many more dollars per hour. But I have a feeling we're moving toward, for the next 4 years, bumping it up till we're getting to an equal place. Don't know if that's going to happen that way, but that's the hope. So anyways, I could use that money now because crowns and cats and dicks. What else with the cats? What else with the cats? 3 mornings now? 3 mornings in the last week. Well, one morning I woke up, went out in the hall, and was like, bleh, somebody hurled. Oh no. Beezy. Prank us never. Beezy. Like, well, I've been giving them extra food now. I've been, upping their amount, so they've been getting dry food on top. So I was like, well, the last feeding of the night, no more dry. Maybe she's eating too much, and then in the middle of the night, she's like, that was too much, because it's digested. I think that one was hairballish too, so I was like, all right, let it go. 2 mornings before my alarm, she's right there on top of me, and then she's running to the hallway, and blah. Happened this morning, happened 2 days ago. You know what? I'm not concerned. Don't be concerned. Please don't start. Please don't start. I'm going to monitor this. The heat, the whatever, it's the air conditioning's on. She's perfectly fine, running around like an idiot. Everything's groovy. She's not eating. I mean, I don't know what it is. So if this continues, we're going to have to look at this. But at the moment, I'm like, what the fuck, girl? And the other thing is Prankus, that freak, every once in a while. My videos have been running long lately, huh? Got a lot to say. Every once in a while, usually when the litter box, it's the end of the week, it needs to be changed. I do it every week, but it's the end. He'll be like, I'm not stepping in there to make my poopies. I can't do it. But what he will do is he'll get in the shower and poop over the drain, which I'm like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You're crazy, but I'd rather that than on the middle of the floor, which he's also done a couple times too to make a point. Asshole. Literal asshole. I changed the litter Sunday. It is only Wednesday. It's not dirty. This morning, I'm in the bathroom. I'd scooped the litter box. Whatever. No, and I'm like, what the hell's that smell? And I look in the shower. He did it again. So wake up to the sound of a cat puking and get out of bed an hour before my alarm to fix that situation. And then 2 hours later, let me just scoop out poop from the drain of the... I think it was because they had both peed and it was buried because it's clumping litter, but I think he was just like, I know what's under that surface and I'm not stepping on that. There's, again, no rhyme or reason. It doesn't happen consistently enough to be a pattern that I'm like, you're killing me. You're both killing me. You're killing me. You're killing me. So stand by on that. In other news and unions, Phantom of the Opera. The onstage air conditioner conditioning has broken. Over the weekend during the major heat wave, it was 85 degrees in the wings, 100 degrees on the stage. They are wearing a wool, if not wool blend polyester suit with a wool overcoat over it with a fur collar with the amount of different clothes they wear that are heavy. Did they cancel the show? Hell no. Were they dumping ice down everyone's chest so they could go on? Yeah. But cancel? No. Where's actors' equity? How are they allowing this cast to perform under these conditions? I understand that more than a couple people have swooned. You know, I would have been downstage center and I would have fallen out so fast. I would have done it on purpose. But somehow they're still doing the show. And I just ran into a cast member. Oh no, it's going to be like, they're trying to get air conditioning units for the windows, and it's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars to replace. I don't give a fuck. No one should give a fuck. Where's actors' equity? Fix this or shut down. fix this or shut down. But the show must go on, people. This is the problem with Broadway, is a mentality of the show must go on. And no matter the cost in human lives and labor and all that shit. And wardrobe is now making its point of just like, yeah, and we've let the show go on. We have allowed that show to go on, people, through all of our efforts and labors, and we're continuing to do so every single day. He's out, they're out, she's swinging out mid-show. So stand by on that. It's going to get interesting to see what happens. And I pray there's no strike. I can't afford to do a strike right now. I will, but I sure as shit can't afford to. I want my next project to happen. I have a next project, but I'm not talking about that today. That's that spoiler. Here's a second spoiler. I got something lined up. Last thing I'm going to say. Streaming Prince Charming, you're late? It's coming. It's coming. My producer's working on it. I don't have a date. He was hoping for yesterday or today, and I'm like, in my mind I was already like, so you mean Friday or Monday? So soon. Stand by soon. All right, that's enough out of Her Majesty. Long may she reign.